Hey guys, what's going on, dudes? It is David here. We're back with another video. Now, in this video, guys, we shall be talking about Formula 1. Now, when it comes to Formula 1, what we'll be talking about today is going to be Logan Sargent. Now, Logan Sargent is currently, right now, an American F1 driver that is currently driving for Williams Racing. Now, the big discussion when it comes to Logan Sargent is for the simple factor is that in the space of the 2 years that he has been in Formula 1, he has not shown improvement. Last year, there were people calling on him to get dropped at the end of the F1 season. He ultimately did not get dropped. Now this season has begun, and he has not done as well as his teammate Alexander Albon. But if I have to give Sargent the benefit of the doubt, Albon does have a lot more experience, but still at this point, he should definitely be showing some improvement. And most of the time when you see him like in qualifying, you're like, alright, can Logan Sargent actually get out of Q2? And he'll put in a very good lap, but then he'll get knocked out. And then when it comes to the race, he'll either have something wrong with his team putting on a bad strategy, or he'll just make a mistake that will eventually cost him. And I'll say this. It looks like that Williams Racing is going to replace Logan Sargent at the end of the season, possibly before the beginning of the season. And what does this mean for Logan Sargent, and what do I think is going to happen to Logan Sargent for the future? Well, you guys got to remember that Logan Sargent, yes, he came up through F2 and, like Formula 1's development series, but I just don't think he has the talent enough to get to be like one of the top people in Formula 1. That's going to come down from another Formula 1 American driver later on. We're going to see who's going to be later on. I don't think it's going to be Logan Sargent. And even if he does come back to Formula 1 at a later time, I feel like that'd be the best choice. But what I'm going to say right now is that even if Logan Sargent gets dropped from Formula 1 and Williams and does not return to the sport at all, there's going to be one sport out there for him that I know he can do really, really well if he joins the right team. And that is IndyCar. Because I got to say this. Look at some of the past Formula 1 drivers that have been dropped or left Formula 1 in general. Marcus Ericsson, who was racing for Chip Ganassi at one point, I think he's racing for a different team now. He was a former Formula 1 driver that ended up getting dropped. Not every F1 driver that gets dropped is going to have a bad future. If Logan Sargent does not stay in Formula 1, there's always going to be IndyCar. And I know he has enough talent to continue winning in IndyCar. But in the sport of Formula 1, you just have to show improvement. IndyCar, they have multiple different teams that he can go to and be at least somewhat competitive in those IndyCar race cars. And I think that's just going to be the best option for Logan Sargent because, one, it keeps him around his family where he doesn't have to keep traveling across like different countries throughout the whole year. IndyCar is going to stay throughout just America. And that'll be good for Logan Sargent. He will have a lot more time to relax, considering he won't have to go through Formula 1's grueling training session, for each year. And I do believe that Logan Sargent, if he does end up leaving F1, he'll probably go to a team. I could see him joining a team like Ganassi or something like that, if they really need someone that has experience with open wheel cars in general. And at the end of the day, Logan Sargent just has not improved, just has not shown what it takes to continue and keep his seat for Williams. And I think the most likely option for Logan Sargent, besides him going to Formula E, his best option is going to IndyCar and joining possibly either Ganassi, Penske, or one of the other teams when it comes to IndyCar. But I want to know your guys' opinions down in the comments down below, and I will see you guys all next time.